let's take a look at how we set up our headshots. It's not as hard as you think. So for our headshots, I like to start off with a key light. This is going to be the first thing that I'm going to basically set up and where I want my session to be. I personally have been shooting a lot with the lantern light. This one in particular is the Godox CS65D. It's not too big, not too small, and it has light very well. So I stick with this. I usually keep it right around a 45-degree angle, both up and away from the subject's face. I think this casts light very well and makes it also very easy to bounce. The next thing I'm going to do is obviously go to my backdrop. In this case, we had a white one. If we're using something a little darker or maybe marbled, I would use an external flash as a slave all the way in the floor behind our subject. And what this is going to do is easily remove shadows and light your background perfectly, so that way there's no manipulation in post. The next thing I'm going to do is use an arc bounce. And what this is going to do is just help soften shadows from your nose, along your neck. It kind of hides the effect of a double chin that most people dread. Posing takes care of that too. There's definitely some tricks with that. But from a lighting perspective, this is going to help a ton. Now the last thing that I always have at least ready to go will be a secondary bounce. I always keep this across from my key light. What I'm hoping for, and usually happens, is the light will bounce from our key light, hit that reflector, and create just a little bit of a rim light on the back of the subject's head, which is going to help a ton with our subjects not blending into the background. And also, if you're editing and you need to select a subject, just having that little bit of light behind them will certainly help the software pick up on that. So if you're doing digital backgrounds, having a hair light, rim light, something like that from behind is going to help a ton. Now, when I'm shooting my headshots, I often have our clients sitting for what I consider the 3 simple poses, which is straight on and then both 45-degree angles facing and away from the light. And then I also do the same thing standing, which again just changes people's postures and creates a little bit of a different feel for the photos. And then I'll let the clients pick which ones they like. Every so often we'll do some outfit changes. We'll maybe change the background a little bit. Most of the backdrops I use for headshots will be these pop-up ones. They're very easy to switch in and out. We're not playing with big rolls of paper. That's kind of like a simple overview of what we're doing. When it comes down to exposing our shots, we'll start with our key light, and then we add any fills as well. Whether it's an external flash behind, we might even use a secondary light depending on what kind of mood we're going for. Honestly, occupation kind of, in my opinion, determines how our lighting is going to be. Sometimes you want something more bold. Sometimes we want something nice and simple, clean. That's like our corporate headshots. So that's going to vary a little bit, but this will get through 90% of the headshots that people are looking for. Now if we're going into branding, that's a whole different thing. That's where we're going to set up our room instead of just a small area for a headshot. If you guys got anything from this, please don't forget to like, hit the follow button. We'll see you on the next one.